So you want to transition into tech? You want to chill with the big boys? Anyways, welcome to my channel. My name is Jade Sola. If you're new here, on my channel, I talk about a variety of topics. Like if you go through my videos, you would know that I don't have a niche yet, but I talk about getting into tech. I talk about finance. I talk about business. I talk about my life here, as a new immigrant here in the UK as well. So feel free to subscribe if you like my content. And if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. So today I'm going to be sharing some of the top mistakes that I have seen a lot of people that are trying to transition into tech make. So the first mistake that I see a lot of people make, and this is coming from like I would say 99.9% of the questions I get in my DMs is, oh, I want to get into tech, but I don't even know what to do. And I'm like, you don't know what to do, as in you don't know how to transition into tech, or you don't know the area of tech that you want to go to. Like they don't even know what they want to do in tech. And for a lot of them, like the motivation is just they know the tech industry pays well, it's very popular, so therefore they just want to get into it and they don't know what they want to do. So that's like the first mistake, because the truth is, if you're not able to cross that hurdle, right, you're just going to be like all over the place. And when you're trying to transition, you need to get to a stage where you have an idea of what you want or what you're interested in, because that's the very first place that you need to start. The second mistake that I see a lot of people make is they just go around taking random courses, and so a lot of them are not even interested in the course. They've probably just heard that, oh, this course is popular, therefore they're going to go and do it. And then what will now happen at the end of the day is that they've spent money taking some of these courses, they don't know what they want to do with it, and they get frustrated, and then that's it. That's the end of it. Some people even go as far as taking multiple courses. So it's not even like one course. They go and start taking multiple courses that are totally unrelated. They have no plan, no goal of how they're going to end up using it. It's because somebody has said, oh, everybody is getting PMP certificates now, so they're just going to go and get a PMP certificate. That is the second mistake. But if you think about it, it's starting from the fact that they really don't know what they want to do, and then that is also translating down into them just randomly spending money taking courses that they don't have any business taking in the first place. Another mistake that I see a lot of people make, and this is similar to just going to go and take random courses, is they select a path based on popularity. They don't bother researching what the role is about. So you hear, oh, developers are making a lot of money, so therefore you want to be a developer. You don't know the requirements of what it takes to be a developer. Everybody's now like, they're like project managers or product managers or data analysts, and then that is what you want to do. You're not even researching anything about how to get into these roles, and then you get frustrated along the line. And it's one of the biggest mistakes that I see a lot of people make while trying to transition into tech. The fourth mistake I see people making is that they don't optimize their CV for the role that they're looking for. Like they use the same CV that they're currently using on their current job, and they're not bothering to optimize their CV to reflect, what the requirements of the role that they're looking for is all about. Because even if you know what you want, you've taken courses, you've done your research, if you don't optimize your CV to say, oh, this person is suitable for this role, you're not going to get any calls from any recruiter, because your CV says you're somebody else, and then what you're trying to be is not reflected on your CV. Another mistake that I see a lot of people make in trying to transition into tech is they set unrealistic goals for themselves, in terms of how long it's going to take them to actually transition. And I made a video a while back, and I talked about why it's hard to get into tech. You have to recognize that it takes time to transition into tech. On the average, it takes about maybe 3 months. For some people, it may be much longer than that. And when you set unrealistic goals that, oh, I'm going to transition by, in 1 month or in 2 weeks, and then that's not happening, then you start to get frustrated about, oh, why is it taking me so long? Why is everyone like, rejecting me? And you don't realize that it takes time. I think the final mistake I'm going to be talking about is that, people go for interviews without confidence. And I can understand where that is coming from, because you're trying to transition into an industry. You don't have the experience, so to speak, and then you go for the interview and then you are now not selling yourself properly. And a lot of people get like cut off from like the very first introductory call, either with recruiters or with hiring managers, where they're basically saying, tell me about yourself. That is where a lot of people drop off. And it comes across when you're not like packaging yourself very well, or selling why you're the right person for the role, even though you don't have the experience, right? So that lack of confidence, it actually shows, and that's one of the reasons that a lot of people are not able to easily transition into tech. So now that we've covered the mistakes that people make, now let's look at some of the things you can actually do to help you break into tech, and just give you that soft landing, really. And the first thing I tell people, especially people who are not clear on what they want to do, is that look for the same vertical that you're in, and then look for that same vertical within the tech industry. So if you're a lawyer, you want to look into maybe legal tech. If you are, in the health sector, you want to look into health tech. If you're in finance, you want to look into fintech. It's the easiest way, I would say, because already you have the domain knowledge. So it should be fairly easy for you to transition and just look for similar roles within the tech industry. And how best can you easily transition? The first thing I would say is, do some research. Look for either maybe your exact job title, or maybe just job titles within the industry that you're trying to transition into. So for example, you could look for job titles within the health tech industry. And then when you look at those job titles, narrow down to the ones that you think you like, and then go and look for job vacancies with the job descriptions and requirements that companies are looking for in people that are trying to hire for these roles. It will start to help you to narrow down to the requirements that you need to have in order to get into these roles. And then when you know the requirements, if the requirements suggest that you need to now go and take a course, then it makes sense for you to go and take a course and spend your money in the right way towards a course that is going to move you forward in the right direction. And if you already look at it and you feel like you have transferable skills already and you don't require a course, then you don't need to go and waste your money in doing an online course when you already have the transferable skills to really transition into this role, right? Like, do you understand what I'm saying, right? It saves you time, it saves you money when you do the work upfront. So when you're done doing the research for your roles, the next thing you want to do is optimize your CV. If the role you're looking for is a single role, like you're not trying to get into multiple roles within the tech industry, then you can actually just spend some time optimizing your CV for that one role and make sure that it's done properly, and then you can start to push it out and applying for jobs. Lastly, I would say on this is, and this is part of like setting realistic goals and also helping you to build confidence for interviews. In as much as you can do all these things, right, you cannot take away the experience of really just practicing with actual interviews. And you might have to go through a bunch of interviews before you land your first offer, and that's totally okay. So in the beginning, when you have done the research, you've done your online courses, you've prepared your CV, give yourself some time, apply for roles, and just be attending interviews. Some you would pass, some you would flunk it, and it's totally fine. But what you're trying to get out of it is the experience to understand what are the questions that they are asking, what are the things that recruiters are looking for, because sometimes the job description is there and they tell you what they're looking for, but as you start to practice the actual interviews, you start to see firsthand the real things that hiring managers and recruiters are actually looking for, and that is going to help you. The more you practice, the more you get better, the more you're able to sell yourself and why you're even like transitioning. And one of the things that you need to prepare for a lot is people are going to be wondering, why are you transitioning? What is it that you bring to the table? So that question about tell me about yourself, you need to prepare for it. It's going to be one of your most important tool that you can take to an interview, especially when you're transitioning. So that's it for today. I hope you have enjoyed this content. If you have, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, share, and I will see you next time. Bye.